Hi there.
Hello, teacher.
How are you doing today, Ryan?
I'm fine, thank you.
I hope that you're doing great. Sorry for missing the last class. Actually, I was, great, some issues, great, and commitments. That's why I didn't, make it. Okay, so how is school going?
It's good, very well.
You must be busy with exams, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, nice, great. Have you finished your quizzes yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Great. Maybe the upcoming week is gonna be just lots of quizzes. Great. Yes. Okay. You are in the second grade, right, or the third grade?
Yes, the second grade.
Second grade. Okay. Lucky you. You don't have any exam at the end of the of the term. But the third grade middle school students actually do have, let's say, an exam at the end of the term, right? They have to sit for the local exam, right? امتحان واحد محلي for the third grade. Okay, so inshallah, guys, for this class, we are going to, again, it's going to be the first part of the lesson, though that we'll be discussing in a while. And there will be another class and maybe another class, right? We may need just like three classes for this theme that we're going to discuss. Today is going to be speaking. The next time session is going to be also about speaking and reading, right? Little reading and speaking, and the third session will be about writing. So let me go right away and share with you. Before we go into that, right? Let's start with the very simple icebreaker, right? It's been a long time that we haven't started with an icebreaker. I'm going to show you just as I did with your sister. Let's see how what kind of words are you going to come up with, right? Let's start with the word M, the letter M,
Melon.
right? Yeah, can you come up with a word that begins with M?
Melon.
Melon. Great. Okay. So, what would you say about melon?
Melon is Swiss.
Melon is sweet. Yes, we just finished with that is about sweet and bitter. Great. Okay. How about the letter K?
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. What would you say about the kangaroo?
Kangaroo jumps a lot.
Yeah, kangaroo jumps a lot. Which country is mostly famous for kangaroos? Great.
Australia.
Australia, yes. Have you ever been abroad, Morocco, beyond?
No.
No, right? Think about it. Daddy, why not going and spending the holiday, this next summer holiday in Turkey? Turkey, you don't have a, visa, you don't need it, right? Just
Yes.
go ahead, great, and pay the bill, great, and, go visit the country. Now, see,
Uh, uh, a crash.
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 Oh, great. What would you say? Yeah, can you get use it in a sentence?
Uh, my cousin crashed while he's driving.
Oh, yeah, great. Crashed into something, maybe into a tree, into a car, right? When he was driving. Yes. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, and next is going to be the letter D.
Uh, deep.
What is it?
Deep.
Oh, that's an
Deep.
adjective. Yeah. Can you use the word adjective deep to describe something, maybe?
Uh, you can't swim deep
You can
in the
swim,
sea.
right, in the deep sea. Great,
In
very
the deep.
good. In the
Yeah.
depth, great. In the seabed, great. Nice, very good. Now let's we're gonna use the same letters that you have used right now in order to come up with words. But I would like you to come up with words which are relevant to technology, right? To the field that you are interested in. Either, technology in general, robotics, whatever, this digital, great. Yeah. Let's see, great, if you can do it, great. Yes. It's maybe a tool, it's maybe whatever, right, related to technology. Yes, the letter K.
Uh,
Now you
knowledge.
need, great. Knowledge.
Not in the technology term,
Knowledge
but
in general, right? Can you think about
yes.
a specific word related to it's maybe a tool or whatever?
Uh,
Now when we try to specify, you find it a little bit hard because we are going deep, right? Yes.
uh,
Mm, mm, mm.
uh,
Keyword, right? Keyword is relevant, right? I think it's irrelevant, right? Keyword. We use keyword when it comes to, especially, right? An example, maybe a password keyword. Keyword, if you're using, for instance, if you're using what we call we call, right, vid IQ, vid Q or Q vid, right? Vid Q, right? I think that is that, right? It's a platform that can help you promote and optimize your videos on YouTube, right? Let me search for the right. Yeah, that's called vidIQ, right? vidIQ is great. Yeah, vidIQ is a tool, right? Actually, that allow you to promote and optimize your own videos on YouTube and so on. And one of the ways to optimize your YouTube video is to search for keywords, right? Keywords are those frequent search words that people use in order that people search a lot, right? If they are looking for something, for instance, right, whatever, right, computers or whatever, right. So you will find that people use a specific word a lot, right? And this platform or application, which is vidIQ, gives you the percentage or the number of users of search frequency, right, of that word, right? Then you have to use that word, right, because people are going to are using it a lot, so they are going to likely find your video on YouTube, right? That's a keyword, right? Yes. Did you find yours? Keyword.
uh,
The kids, some
keys,
kids, the kids too, right?
keys,
Uh-huh.
keys,
Keys. What do you mean by keys here? Do you mean the
like license keys.
Oh, the key now. You're doing a great job now, right? The key, right? Yes. If you want to activate a specific software, maybe system or whatever, sometimes you need to have a key if it is a paid service or application. Very nice. Now let's see the letter D. Come up with a word related to technology. D.
Uh, uh, drone,
What is it?
drone.
Drone.
Yes.
Okay, yes, the drone. That's an advanced robot, great invented. That's being invented nowadays, and it's a really great. A modern that's is making a really great change in the way we deal with flying, right, in general, because you do not need to, for a drone. It's a self-flying vehicle. It doesn't need great, pilots, right? Okay, yeah, drone. Very nice. Good. Now let's move on to the next word, which is C.
Uh, computer.
Computer. Yes. Cookies. To go more specific, do you know cookies?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, not the cookies that we eat, but the cookies that we have
They
great
are the size.
web. Sometimes you need to clear the cookies sometimes. Yeah. Okay, and then the next one, and we also have cable, right? Power cable, right? So VGA cable, whatever. Yes. Then we have the letter M.
Uh, um,
Mm, don't tell me mouse. You have already said computer, so we have the mouse. It's attached to
yes,
it. Think about
yes.
another word.
Uh, Microchips.
What is it?
Microchips.
Microchips.
Yes.
What do you mean by microchips? I'm not familiar.
Chips.
Chips?
Yes.
I don't. I'm not familiar
Chips.
with that.
Like the brain of the like uh,
Ah,
microprogram.
great. Yeah, like it's a. You mean a piece that you can find in a certain just in computers? Do we have that in computers?
Yes.
Uh-huh, great, nice, good.
There's a lot.
Oh, yes, motherboards too, right? We have
Yeah.
motherboard, right? Good, like after math. Simia, very good. You've done a good job. Great. Okay, now, so as you can see right now, what do we learn from this? At the beginning, when I ask you to give just whatever word, it's very easy for you to give whatever word. But when it comes to specific English, it's a little bit hard. It requires thinking and hard work. And it's the same thing when it comes to teaching or learning English. English are Englishes. There are many Englishes out there. There is English which is general, right? كاين لونجلي جينيرال هي اللي كنقراو حنايا هنايا ومره مره كنحاولوا نسبيسيفيو شي شويه but say great general English, right? It's very easy to learn. But there is something that we call specific English for specific purposes. كاين إنجليزية لأهداف خاصة. Ça veut dire quoi, right? If someone, for instance, who is working in a hospital, واحد خدام في hospital, for instance, right? If you want to learn English, he needs English specific to, the hospitality and things related to that. Someone who is working at the bank, he needs English just for bank English, right? Just for banking English, right? So it's quite, it's different. I don't know a lot, banking English. I know some many words, but I need to learn more about this language. Business English, right? Again, English for business, right? There are some specific terms and words that we use just for business purposes. So this is, different the different courses and, the different materials, different content again. Now, okay, let's switch back, inshallah, to our lesson today. What do we have here in the background, Ryan? What do you see here in the background?
Uh, it's not it's a plant.
It's a plant. We
Like
got here a
yes,
plant. Very good. Yes. Okay, so what can you say about the color of the plants, Greg? What color is the plants, first of all? Yes.
green.
What does it green mostly signifies to? What does it
Uh,
symbolize to or symbolize to?
it signifies to like uh natural or like
Nature,
yes, nature.
life, right? Green
Yeah.
means life. Great. Green also means what? Uh-huh. Green. Think about the traffic driving code. What does
Uh,
the green light mean?
like freedom, like
Uh-huh. Right. It means just go. You have the right to
go.
go. You're
Yes.
free, right? So it's
Yes.
freedom, right? Green is all about freedom, right?
Yeah.
It's all about happiness, right? Imagine
Yeah.
when you are stuck, yeah, because of traffic jam and so on, right? And you are in a
Mhm.
hurry, but when it's green, you feel very happy. Come on, right? You just press on the gas, right, and accelerate and so on, right? You have the freedom. You are very happy. Okay, so and also when it comes to quizzes and so on, maybe if you are taking an interactive quiz, when the answer is wrong, it is mostly marked in a cross red,
Red.
in a red
Yeah.
cross rather. But when the answer is right, it's mostly marked
It's
in
marked
a green
green.
tick, right? In a green
Yeah.
tick. Okay, so uh, it has positive connotations, great. Okay, عنده معاني دلالات, great. إيجابية, great, good. It also signifies about a good thing. What is so significant here in this picture is that the fingers that are holding this plant are also colored in green. Now, can you tell me what's your interpretation? What does that mean? How can you interpret that? Yes.
Uh, like green is the life, or
Yeah, of course. We talked about that green alive. But what does that mean? That's, the fingers are also green and they're just, it's like
uh, it's
part of the plant. Mm-hmm.
uh, like gardening the plants. We make our life healthier, or like
Oh, that's a good idea, right? We make our life healthier, or we serve and maybe protects the environment, right? Okay, we continue we contribute to the development or the protection of our environment if we keep planting, right, and taking care of plants and so on. But what is maybe great so significant too about this picture is that it shows that we as people, right? It's just like we are an extension of the plant, right? That we are part of the plant, which maybe as we said before, signifies nature, right? So we are part of nature, right? We are just like plants, like any other part of our environment, including animals, right? All of them are the same. They belong to the same thing. We are tied to each other, right? So that means, guys, that we as living beings, right? Have the same many characteristics, just like plants, just like animals, right? We also want to live, right? We also enjoy life, and we need some prerequisites in order to live, right? We need water, we need maybe minerals, we need a lot of things, right? The same thing, just like plants, the same thing can be said also to about animals. So for today, Ryan, we are going to talk about environment, but specifically about something that threatens the environment. So what do you think is the most threatening or the most important threat to our environment nowadays?
uh, to protect the environment, we should follow
Listen
some.
to my question. What is the
Yeah.
most important threats to our environment today? You know what's mean threat or menace? تهديد, right? تهديد.
Yeah.
التهديد الأهم, right? What is the most important threat to our environment today?
Pollution.
Pollution, very good, right? So there are different types or kinds of pollution out there. So what do you mean, in your opinion? What's your definition of pollution? How can you define pollution?
Pollution is the non-responsible, like
Mhm.
uh,
Irresponsible, right? We
pollu
learned about, if you remember
yeah,
prefixes, we see irresponsible, right? What is
yeah.
that?
Uh, Pollution is irresponsible actions,
Mhm.
like by human, uh, to kill the environment,
To kill the environment. To kill the environment. Can you use another word instead of killing?
to destroy.
To pollute the environment, to
Yeah.
destroy the environment, yes, right? To destroy the environment or to pollute the environment. How do we pollute the environment?
Uh, by uh, we pollute environments by we pollute our environments with cars, with
Mhm.
uh,
Can you be
factories.
okay? Yeah, can you be more specific? Great. So, what do cars and factories do in order to so that they pollute the environment? What do they do exactly? Can you explain to me the process?
They pollute the air by by uh,
Releasing, giving off
er,
what?
by releasing the uh,
CO2, the carbon dioxide, right? Yeah,
by releasing the carbon.
carbon dioxide, not just the carbon dioxide, and many other toxic gases, actually, right?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Okay, now our job, inshallah, for our task is that for today and next session, we are going to listen to some videos, very short clips, right? Maybe 4 or 5 minutes, in order to learn as many words and many ideas and expressions, inshallah, that will help us to speak and use appropriate words, and also that can help us write an essay about the issue of pollution. Let us listen to the first, let's say, video. And in the first video, I would like you to tell me what type of pollution the video is talking about, and what are the sources of that pollution, what are the pollutants or the elements that pollute, that cause that pollution, and what are the side effects, the negative side effects of this type of pollution on our health and the environment. And finally, what suggestions or solutions that can be proposed in order to minimize this phenomenon. Let us start with the first video clip. And let me share the screen with you right away. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Go if you can. Yeah. All right. That's gonna be enough. Great. Okay. So, what do you think is the video about? What type of pollution the video is tackling?
The video is talking about the pollution.
Yeah. What type of pollution is it tackling?
Uh, Water pollution.
Water pollution. Very good. Okay. So, how does water pollution occur?
Uh, it occurs uh, uh, with the toxic things and waste.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, great happens or it occurs when we throw trash,
no trash.
waste and chemicals, right? Poisonous chemicals into water, right? Be
Yeah.
it in the ocean or rivers or lakes or whatever, right? Or wheresoever. So nice. Okay, so what are some maybe of the some of the things actually or phenomena that are related to water pollution? There are some very important phenomena or some of the elements that cause a really actually great water pollution.
Uh, toxic waste and
Mhm.
expired chemicals.
Very good. Yeah, chemicals, right? We're talking
uh,
about chemicals. Good.
and also natural diseases.
You're talking about something different, right? We're talking here about the contamination of water. So
Ah,
water
yeah,
might be contaminated by, the
by,
chemicals,
by trash.
toxic trash and toxic elements, and so on. We're talking also about sewage. You
Yeah,
know what does sewage mean? You know the dirty water that comes from toilets, bathrooms, right? That's called the sewage. You know الماء الواد الحار sewage.
yeah,
Okay, if maybe just in Sali, if you go to Sali, right, in Hayr Hamar or wheresoever, you see you if you go to the to the ocean, right, to the coasts, right, you will see, right, that there are very big tubes, right, sewage tubes actually. That's pour a huge amount of a great deal of sewage into water. Sewage, that means dirty water and toxic water actually into water, and that of course has bad negative effects on the marine population. I mean, on fish and all the marine living beings. Okay, so how does, let's say, water pollution affects the environment and specifically human health?
they can cause
Mhm.
uh, lot of uh,
Health
like
problems.
problems. Yes,
Like what?
uh, like uh,
Yeah.
he, he,
Uh-huh.
like
Hepatitis.
hepatitis. Yes,
Okay. التهاب الكبد, the inflammation of the liver, right? Good.
yes,
The hepatitis, right? And also, it's very known, very much a very known disease, especially in Central
and
African countries.
uh,
Cholera.
cholera. Yes,
Oh yeah, cholera and so on, right? And the contamination of water also results in the death of marine population, right? Because
yeah.
when the water is dirty, is polluted and contaminated, so there are many marine populations out there, just like people. So when they drink that water, that means they are going to be infected and they are going to die very simply. That's will cause or leads to what we call dead fish, right? Okay, so that's really amazing. So there are some figures and some information that we learned from water pollution from this video. Information regarding the percentage of pure drinking water. Do you remember the percentage of pure drinking water in the world, according to reports and statistics?
Uh,
How much percent is pure drinking water?
I think is
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, it's very simply 1%, right? According to the video, only 1% of the planet's water is pure drinking water, which means the remaining percent, about 99%, is salty. It's not good, for drinking, right? You see,
yeah.
right, how horrible these statistics are. It's really dangerous, right? Water pollution is really dangerous. And there were some statistics mentioned about the death rate because of water pollution. Do you remember statistics? How many people die,
Uh,
right, each year because of water pollution?
I think it's 10 million people die each year.
10 million?
Yeah.
I don't think we got 10 million in great in the video.
Uh, 10 million, yes.
10 million?
Yes.
Which statistics are you talking about here?
10 million dies each year.
9 million premature deaths, gray air pollution, both. Right? Let's see, Grace, the updated maybe statistics about this, right? Because, talking about statistics, it depends on the year, which year are we talking about. So, death and disease due to pollution in 2019, right? Just these are the recent, maybe, statistics about death and disease due to pollution. It says the analysis, it says in pollution. In 2019, pollution was responsible for approximately 9 million premature deaths. Right, about 9 million because of water pollution, because of pollution in general. Right, air pollution, both household and ambient air pollution, remains responsible for the greatest number of deaths. Right, this is very important. The greatest number, the highest number of deaths is caused basically by air pollution, and it remains responsible for the causing 6 to 7 million deaths in 2019. All right, water pollution was responsible for what? For 1 to 4 million premature deaths. Lead was responsible 900. Great, yes, okay, so that's it, great. So water pollution is actually leading to the death of just like one, it says here, 1 to 4 million premature deaths, right? So anyway, so the water pollution is really horrible because it's very quite simple because we drink it, right? People drink water every day. So if water is not that good, if it is infected, if it's dirty or contaminated, that means that we are going to have a lot of health issues that will probably lead, right, or certainly leads to death. Okay, I think we've come to the last point right now. How can we preserve our water resources? All right, we're talking about water, we're talking about rivers, the ocean, the lakes, and also the underground or the groundwater. The groundwater is
Mm.
also very important. So, how can we save and avoid the degradation of water resources? How can we
Economizing,
minimize,
uh,
right, water pollution?
economizing the usage of water
By what?
by not letting the water goes simply go
Mhm.
just open close the
All right. Okay. So don't keep the water running, right? Okay. Close the tap once you finish, right? So maybe yes. Okay. We got to close the tap. Be careful about the taps. We got to close them, right? Don't keep the water running. Very nice. Don't waste water. Okay, so we should avoid wasting water or maybe washing the car in a traditional way, right? Without, using and losing a huge amount, wasting a huge amount of water. Very good. We should use
taking uh,
less water,
ta-
right? For such.
taking trash and uh, taking trash and put them in the right place.
Exactly. Great. Yeah. Okay. We should pick up trash and put it in the right place. Maybe using different recycle bins, right? Recycle bin for maybe
Mm.
plastic, for glass, for metals, paper, and so on, right?
Using recycled materials like such as like
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes.
recycled plastic things.
Yeah, great. That recycling. We'll talk about that basically when it comes to the pollution of the soil. We'll talk about that when it comes to the pollution of the soil. Very good. Okay. So sticking to water. Again, is there any other procedures that we should do in order to minimize water pollution? We should think about
take
purifying the purification of water.
yes,
التصفية والتطهير ديال great purification of water great هي ديال الماء. Yeah. Any more?
and also uh, yes, and also don't let the
Yeah.
tap running or
Running,
like
right, yes. Reusing water. The reuse. Reusing water is also very important. Sometimes the water that we use in order to clean our body and right? Water coming
yeah,
from bathroom and so on, that water can be reused, right? It can be purified. It can be reused at least maybe to water the plants and for gardening and so on. Or it can be used by the government in order again to make it, drinkable if it's
healthy.
speak, to make it again good for drinking, to make it pure again, to purify water. And again, great, we can drink it once again. Right, good. That's
Yeah,
another good idea, right? Instead of throwing and pouring a huge amount of sewage, water coming from bathrooms and kitchen and so on, right? That sewage and dirty water can be used, can be gathered in, right, um, uh, very, very large containers or pools or whatever in order again to recycle it and reuse it again. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I think these are some of the most information being tackled in this video. We still have a lot to talk about, but I'm afraid that we are running out short of time. So, well, we're going to listen to the last video and then you tell me about the summary. All right, I ask you very few questions. Then, inshallah, we shall meet again next time in order to continue because we have another type of solution that we have to deal with. Okay, so let's move on to the next video, and then you tell me again the same questions. What type of pollution is the video about, and what sources of that pollution, the causes, and in addition to the negative side effects and solutions to minimize this kind of pollution. Let's go to the next video. All right. Okay, you listen.
At Coding for
Oh
Kids,
my gosh,
your
guys.
child will learn Python step by step by playing an exciting game that makes mastering coding fundamentals fun and rewarding. Once your child finishes the course, they will.
Let's move. Okay, think about it. Great, okay. Here we go. Ryan, so what do you think is
yeah.
this video about? What type of pollution, the video is?
Air pollution.
Air pollution, good. What are some of the sources of air pollution?
Uh, uh, like we
Mhm.
uh, we
Yeah,
ride
where does air pollution come from? What are some of the sources that pollute the air?
the uh, the natural diseases and the human usage for of
Yeah.
resources like trees. Uh, uh,
All right. So, what is the number one, right? Number one source of pollution, as we can see, if you go outside your house right now, you will see one basic source of air pollution. What is that source of pollution that you can see? Who is polluting the air when you just go
cars burning
cars, right? Hmm.
oil sources, gas. Uh,
Exactly, right. Cars. What do the cars do? What do they do? Cars, vehicles, trucks. Yes. What do they do?
they burn the carbon and
The fuel.
toxic gases to. the fuel and the toxic gases to work.
All right. Did they burn the gas? The gas is the
No,
result,
they burn
right?
the fuel. Yes.
They burn the fuel and they emit. عقل على بعض الكلمات مهمة، أنا غنصيفطهم لك إن شاء الله قريت بعض الأفعال باش ما تحتاجش مشكل، ما يكونش عندك مشكل في لي زيكسبرسيون. الو دي كنقولوا كيعطي كيحروا واحد الغازات، كيعطي الغاز ولا كيعطي الدخان ولا كذا، we say they emit, right? They emit a
Yeah.
huge amount of smoke and toxic gases into the air. ولو we say they give off, right? They
Yeah.
give off a huge amount of smoke, right? Or they release, ولا تحرر كتحرر, yeah, they release a huge amount of smoke and toxic gases into the air, polluting our atmosphere. Very nice. Some of the maybe toxic gases, guys, that pollute the air is the,
Smell. Yes.
what is that? What do we call that in English?
It's the carbon molecule.
Dioxide, right? Carbon
Dioxide,
dioxide.
carbon dioxide
Oh, this
molecule.
is carbon monoxide. Carbon mono means one, right? There is one,
Yeah.
right? One molecule here. Carbon monoxide, and this is carbon dioxide. So the most, important toxic gas being released by the cars is basically the carbon dioxide. Very good. And also we have the sulfur, right? Sulfur, gas, right? Or dioxide too, right? Carbon
Yeah.
dioxide and the sulfur, right? These are some of the toxic gases that are given off, into the air, polluting our atmosphere. Okay, so there is a very important word mentioned in the text, in the video, which has to do with this smoke. When the smoke or these gases are, right, released into the air, there is another phenomenon, right, or another gas in a solid state that is made great, and that makes that makes breathing difficult and very hard. That's called the smog, right? The smog, right?
Yeah.
Smog is very simply that smoke, right? That smoke that is a kind of accumulation of different gases and so on, right? Which makes it very difficult for us to breathe. كيخلي من الصعوبة أننا نتنفسوا, right? نهار كتراكم ديك الغازات وداك الدخان and so on, right, في الهواء, right? So that's called the smog, right? So the smog makes it very hard for us to smoke. Now, when the air pollution actually leads to many other problems in our planet. What are some of the phenomena that are related to air pollution, which was were actually mentioned in the video?
Asthma.
You are talking about health problems, great. We're talking about
Yeah.
some other phenomena related to health, to water, to air pollution. Basically, when the temperature of
Smoke.
the earth increases, right?
Yeah.
That air pollution leads to the increase of the temperature of our planet. That is called, what do we call this phenomenon, right? The increase of the temperature of the earth or the planet.
Uh,
That's called global
glo
global warming.
Global warming. Yeah.
Okay. Global warming means the increase of the planet or the Earth's temperature because of what? Because of that
Of
smoke
course.
and those toxic gases which accumulate in the atmosphere. So the atmosphere becomes just like a cover, right? It becomes like a cover.
Yeah.
So, and when the earth is covered, when the atmosphere in the earth is covered, the earth inside, the temperature inside becomes, increases. The temperature inside increases, right? يعني
Yeah.
كيولي الانسان بحال الا دار الميكا على راسه, right? صور انك
Yeah.
داير الميكا على راسك, غطيتي راسك هكا كامل, غتحس بالصوت.
Yeah.
الناس نهار في الصيف ولا كذا ولا حتى في الشتاء بالاساس, جرايت, ملي يبغيو مع البرد دابا وكذا يبغيو يدوشوا في الدار ولا كذا، كاين اللي كيدير الميكا، كيمشي يخيط الميكا كيديرها، كيدخل ديك الميكا كيلقى مسهطه. الو دابا ما احتاجش دير ميكا غرايسيا. you know right now the earth ديك الميكا كتولي واحد الطبقه ديال التلوث ديال الهواء، طبقه ديال الغازات كتخلي الهواء you know the planet الارض يعني مغموقه right yes so it's the temperature increases and this leads to global warming and global warming again leads to many other problems actually. ارتفاع درجة الحرارة ديال الأرض كيؤدي أيضا إلى مشاكل أخرى which is basically yes the
uh, health problems.
Grace. Before health problems, we have some. Yeah, of course, we'll talk about health problems, Grace. But we have another phenomenon that happens when the temperature of the Earth increases.
Is the uh, heating of the Antarctica.
Oh, exactly,
And
great. That leads to the melting, the ice, that in the North Pole or the South Pole, great, we have basically ice and snow and so on, right? So that ice melts, right? It melts
yeah.
and it may cause floods, right? And those floods, right, might sweep right over the land, right? Okay, causing right many problems and basically great different aspects of what we call climate change, right? So that's another
Okay.
phenomenon, climate change, right? Global warming leads to climate change كيدير تغير في المناخ, right? And you maybe during you might be in summer, but at the same time, the weather may change, and you will see that it's raining heavily, and so on, right? So you might find floods. So this is something related to air pollution and its effects. Now, these are the effects of air pollution on the environment. How about the effects of air pollution on our health as people? Razi?
They
Mhm.
take us the pollution can cause uh,
Mhm.
asthma,
Yeah, asthma.
uh,
Yeah,
some
respiratory problems.
respiratory problems,
Difficulties. Great, yes, and also
uh,
what?
and and dying,
And lung
death.
lung cancer, right?
Ah, yes,
Okay, we may also have lung cancer because the air that we breathe, right, is not clean, right? It's toxic, right? Very good. And of course, this, as you said, might lead to death. All right, so if you remember the figures again, how many people die every year because of because of
2.2
air pollution, according to the WHO. That means World Health Organization. منظمة يعني العالمية للصحة. Right. How many?
according to the World Health
WHO.
Organization,
Mhm.
the number of deaths by air pollution is 2.4 million.
It's about 2.4 million deaths actually because of air
Death.
pollution, and that's the
Yeah.
highest rate actually, right? Air pollution causes the highest rate of deaths in the world. Okay, I think we've come to the end of this a lesson and this session too. Next time, inshallah, right, we shall continue inshallah our lesson and talk more about pollution. I have already sent you an article. Please read that essay about pollution. It talks about air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution, and also another paragraph about ways to minimize this phenomena. Inshallah,
Yeah.
next time we shall discuss this more, and another time, another session will be devoted to writing or essay writing again. Okay, do you have any question before you go?
No.
Okay, so have a good day, have a good night, and see you next time, inshallah. All the best and goodbye.
Goodbye.